Hello, everyone. Welcome to KitaHack Kickoff Session. So, right now it's gonna be 8 p.m. in a minute. So we are still awaiting a few more people to join. So once everyone has joined the session, we will start the kickoff session together. Yeah. So in the meantime, you guys can chat with us through the chat platform of the Peppy, or you can chat with us through YouTube, or you can also join the Slido in this, and you can also talk to us via Slido if you want to stay anonymous. So yeah, feel free to put in your questions throughout the sessions, and we will be there to answer all of your questions that you have. So we will wait for another maybe 3 to 4 minutes until as many people can join. Then once everything is good, we will start the kickoff session. So in the meantime, how are you guys doing? Are you guys fine? You can feel free to open your camera whenever you want. We want to make this an interactive session, so feel free to open your camera. And also, yeah, just how are you guys doing? Are you guys doing good? So, in case you guys are wondering, so I am here today with Min Han, who has also opened his camera, so you can see him there. Maybe you can wave at the camera, Min Han. So, yeah, both of us will be going through with you guys on this kickoff session on what is KitaHack and what we are going to do today. So, yeah. Oh, I just realized that you cannot open camera but and cannot speak. My bad. Yep. So in that case, you guys can put in your questions in the chat or Slido. Anything we would be um, answering all the questions you have. So yeah, feel free to put in any of the questions you have. So we'll be waiting for another 3 to 4 minutes. Probably we will start at 8:05. Once as many people have joined the session. So in the meantime, you guys can just wait, relax. Maybe you guys want to prepare anything to write your notes or something. So you guys can just prepare with that. So yeah, wait for another few minutes. Uh, yeah, the Slido link, you can just go to Google and search Slido and just put the code here, 3307667. We will send the code in the chat. Just give me a second. So, in case you want to know, this is the link to Slido. So, it's everything in the chat. So, you guys can join the session. So, there's still a lot of people still joining. We are expecting more people. So, yeah, we will just wait until everyone join and then we will start together. So, in the meantime, you guys can maybe enjoy some music. Hi, for the question on if the recording will be made available, this session is currently live on YouTube as well, and we will upload the session straight away on YouTube as well. So this is the link. So anytime you can also view it in YouTube. Okay. Is there any questions in Slido? No, not yet. So, yeah. Wait for another few minutes. Hi, so for those who are just joining, welcome to the kickoff session. We are just awaiting a few more people to join because we don't want everyone to lose any information that is being passed today. All the information here are quite important for you guys to um, go through this journey in KitaHack for the next few months. So yeah, we are just waiting for another maybe 2 minutes to so that as many people can join. So yeah, as you can see, a few people are still joining. So yeah, we will just wait for another 2 to 3 minutes. So it has been 8:10. I guess we have waited for quite a long time for all the students to join. So again, hi and hello everyone again. So welcome to the KitaHack Kickoff Session. I am thrilled to have all of you here. So my name is Sarvin, and along with my co-director Minhan, we will be guiding you through for today's KitaHack 2025 Kickoff Session. So, yep, again, I would like to just warmly welcome everyone here. So, you're all doing well. So, before we dive more into details on KitaHack, rules and regulations, and so on, I would like to remind all of you to follow and join our social media pages, which is the Instagram and also our Discord community. So through our Instagram page, we will be posting frequent updates on what is going on, what you guys have to event is which event and so on. And through our Discord, we will be having our constant communication. And through Discord is where you guys can get in touch to the organizers and the committee directly as soon as possible. So I believe there's the links in the chat. So please do join our Instagram and Discord social media accounts in case you guys haven't. So I'll give probably maybe 1 minute for all of you to join. And once that is done, we will move on to the next session. So, yeah. Okay, so I guess there was more than enough time to be waiting. No worries, we will be, in case you guys have not joined the uh, Instagram or Discord, we will be sharing the links again later on so that in case you guys missed it now, you guys can join again later. So, not to worry. So, now let's move on. So, some of you may already be familiar with KitaHack, while others might be just joining and getting to know what KitaHack is for the first time this year. So either way, it's actually important to understand the history, mission, and impact of this event. So, yeah, now we will look into more on what KitaHack is, when it was established, and how it has been going on up until this year. So yeah, so KitaHack. KitaHack is a nationwide collaboration that brings together all Google Developer Group on-campus chapters in Malaysia. So in Malaysia, for this year, we have a lot of Google Developer Groups on-campus chapters. So which are Monash, APU, um, USM, UPM, and more other chapters. So I would say there is around 10 chapters in Malaysia on Google Developer Group on campus this year. So, yeah, it has been started. In case you guys are wondering, KitaHack was started in 2021, and since then, it has been empowering passionate individuals in IT like you to develop skills to tackle real world challenges and create meaningful solutions. So, you might wonder, why is this important? uh, it is mainly important to help you as students to get to hone your technical skills, but also provide a solution or a platform for others to benefit in terms of the ideas that you bring about. So, what is really exciting about KitaHack is that we mainly work on challenges aligned with artificial intelligence and United Nations Sustainable Development Goals using cutting edge Google technology. So, we are using all these ideas to turn all of this um, technical knowledge and also the ideas that we have into an impactful solution so that it can help others. Okay, so yeah, and also if you guys wondering what what is the Google Solution Challenge here? So yes, I will be going to Google Solution Challenge now. So in case you are wondering, Google Solution Challenge is an annual global competition where students use Google technologies to create innovative solutions for one or many of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. So this is done to encourage students to collaborate and develop real-world problem-solving skills and make a social impact, as mentioned. So participants here will get hands-on experience, mentorship, and also opportunity to showcase the project that they make to a global audience. As you can see, students from top 100 will move on to the next stage of final 10 and also the winning 3. But that is Google Solution Challenge. So you might be wondering why I'm talking about Google Solution Challenge and KitaHack when they are not the same thing, but rather they are the same thing. So what is the relationship between KitaHack and Google Solution? Well, it's rather simple. KitaHack is a national level hackathon specifically made for Google Developer Group on campus Malaysia students. So any students from studying in universities in Malaysia are able to join KitaHack 2025. And once you guys come up with your solution for the UN SDG related problems, you can refine the solution, and based on some mentorship that you will be given for, especially for the top 10 finalists, you will move on and refine the solution to the international level of Google Solution Challenge. So I guess most of you might understand what KitaHack is and Google Solution Challenge is, and what is the relationship between KitaHack and Google Solution Challenge. So with that in mind, now let us move on to the timeline of KitaHack 2025. So in the meantime, we are keep monitoring the Slido and also the chat. So if you guys have any questions, do put in your questions. Um, so there is a question in the chat which is says, do we need a member of GDG to join the competition? Okay, for this question, my friend Minhan will be going more into detail on the rules and regulations later. And will this YouTube live be recorded? Yes, the YouTube live will be recorded. So there is not any questions left for now. So I will move on to the timeline. So, yep, let's look at the timeline of KitaHack 2025. So, today, it's not really end of February. It's still one more week, but we can consider it as end of February. So, end of February, we will be kicking off KitaHack 2025 as we are doing it today. And we will start the registration where each student can join a group or can act as solo participant and join and register for the KitaHack 2025. And then from early March up until end of March or early April, we will be doing a series of workshops on TensorFlow, Google Workspace, Flutter, GCP, Vertex AI, and so on and on and on, so that you guys can gain some knowledge on this technology in case you need it to work on your Google solutions or SDG related problems um, while you are attempting to be part of the KitaHack hackathon. So once that is done, the submission deadline will be open at the end of at early April, and also top 10 finalists will be announced around end of April as well. So once that is done, the top 10 finalists will have around 1.5 weeks to 2 weeks to define their solution, and then they will be moving on to the pre-demo day and also demo day session. So, yeah. Now, let us move on into more detail on what is going to happen in terms of the dates and stuff. So, kickoff session, as mentioned, is going to be today, and the team registration will be from 22nd of February to 16th of March. So, team registration is important because if you don't register, and even though you make a submission later on and submit a solution, it will not be considered because you have not registered yet. So please keep in mind this time frame to register your team so that we can verify it later with your submission. So once the registration closes on 16th of March, the preliminary round submission will open on 17th of March onwards up until 9th of April. So you will up from 22nd of February to 9th of March, you will have around 1 month plus to start working on the SDG related problem, AI related problem, and so on to attempt this KitaHack hackathon, which I believe is quite a nice time frame for you guys to have to work on a problem and come up with a solution. So once that is done, we will start the evaluation period from 11th of April up until 20th of April. And once that is done, we will announce the top 10 finalists on 21st of April. Then from then onwards, The top 10 finalists will have around 1 to 1.5 weeks to define their solution, and then we will go to our final decision day, which we call demo day, where the top 10 finalists will go and present their solutions to the judges and will be judged and will be crowned champions for those who have extraordinary solutions to the problems suggested. So, yeah. Next, we will be looking at the Google Tech workshops. I believe this is quite important for those who are just getting started with Google technologies and stuff. So I think this might be more important to you guys. So yeah, so there will be 5 different workshops. So all of this workshop will be held either virtually or in hybrid. So when I say hybrid, what does it mean is that the workshop that are hybrid is only open physically for the host universities. For example, Google Workspace workshop is being held in hybrid at GDG On Campus University Malaysia, which means Monash University Malaysia student will be able to join the session physically, but external students will be joining the session virtually. So we will open the session virtually for all of you to come and join as well. So yeah, so this is what the virtual and hybrid session here means. So yeah, so this is the rough timeline. More details will be shared through our social media platform, the Instagram and Discord, and you guys will be shared a detailed handbook as well so that you guys can refer to. So more on that later as well. So this is the rough timeline. So we will be covering TensorFlow, Google Workspace, Flutter, GCP, Vertex AI, and RAG. And also we might add on some more workshops later on, depending on the feasibility of the chapters. So you guys have to stay tuned for that. So just follow our social media accounts and stay tuned, I guess. So now is the important session, which is going to be the official launch of the team of KitaHack 2025. So I hope everyone is getting ready. It's 8:22 right now. Hopefully everyone is ready to know what the team is. I think you guys might have some idea based on what I have been saying for quite a while from just now on. So I can I will just start the official launch right now. AI and SDGs. So you guys might have been hearing me saying AI SDG again and again from just now. And based on the workshops we are organizing for you, you can see there's a lot of themes on AI related as well. So yeah, so that is why, because this year we are trying to focus more on AI as most businesses in Malaysia and in the world are moving towards AI related problems. So we are trying to push towards AI related solutions that can solve SDG related problems. So, yeah, which is why our main team is going to be AI and SDG. But fear not, just for your ease, we also have come up with a problem statement, which is a general problem statement where you can relate it to most of the problem. So, yeah, now for this hackathon, we are challenging you guys to tackle some of the world's most pressing issues using the power of AI. So, which is why the problem statement for this year's KitaHack is going to be innovative AI-driven solution for sustainable development goals using Google technology. Why? Because with Google technology or Google AI at your fingertips, we can create inclusive, innovative, and lasting solutions for most of the um, real world SDG related problems, whether it's climate action, quality education, healthcare access, anything. Your ideas with incorporating Google AI and Google technology can definitely make a difference. So, this is what we are looking for in all of you. We are trying to get you guys to utilize the impactful Google AI and also Google technologies and incorporating them together to come up with really long lasting and impactful solution that is sustainable and also can resolve most of the SDG related problems. So, yeah. So with that in mind, we are officially opening the registration form for KitaHack for this year. So you can scan the QR or go to the link in the slides, and the link will be shared in the chat in a few seconds. So maybe take 1 or 2 minutes to fill up, scan the link and go to the registration form. And the registration form will be shared, again, I'm mentioning will be shared in our social media accounts and also in Discord. So yeah, don't worry about not knowing where all the details are. It will all be made accessible to all of you. If you guys don't know where they are, not to worry. You guys can ask in chat or um, ask us in Discord. So in the meantime that you guys are registering, let me just go to the Slido um, to see if there's any question. So how many members in the team? My co-director will go through with you guys. Must it be Google Tech only or can combine? Um, I believe my co-director will go more in detail on this as well, but as a short answer, it doesn't have to be only Google technology, but it must have Google technology. Um, I hope I didn't confuse you with that phrase. So it can combine, but it must have Google technology and catch. There must be AI uh, related technology incorporation as well. So you must incorporate AI as well. So what if you're a new student at the GDG member campuses? So we haven't been able to join the on-campus group yet. Are we still eligible to join the KitaHack? Okay, so simple. So to join any of the Google developer groups on campus Malaysia, it is rather simple. Oh, okay. Participant info pack is empty. Not to worry, we will be uploading the participant info pack details by tonight or tomorrow. So you will have the slides, the handbook, and also the FAQs in the chat slide in a few hours and so not to worry, we will be uploading them very very soon. Um, Back to the question in Slido. Just give me a minute. So if you are a new student, not to worry. I will be sharing this later, but I think I can share this right now as well. So to join any Google developer group on campus Malaysia, it's quite simple. You can just visit any of the Google developer group on campus website and click the join button. It's that easy. So I'll be putting this in YouTube as well. Just give me a second. So yeah, it is that simple to be part of Google Developer on Campus community. So you guys do not have to worry about how is it tough or if you guys are not part of the team yet. So yeah. Uh, okay. I guess that was right more than enough time for you guys to scan the QR code and go through the registration form. I believe it will be the right time for me to pass it to my co-director to go through with the rules and regulation, judging criteria, and more details that will help you guys. So I'll pass the session now to my co-director, Minhan.
Hi and good evening, everyone. Thanks so much, Savin, for passing it to me. So I think before I move forward to the rules and regulation, I saw there's one question, one very interesting question for me to answer. So Sebastian asked, do we have to be students to join this campus community? So my answer is no, you do not have to be a student. But in order to join this KitaHack, you have to be a student of any of the public or private university in Malaysia. So I hope I answer your question, Sebastian. All right. So it seems that there is no more questions. Then maybe let's hop into our main topic for today, which is rules and regulation. So first and foremost, as what Selwyn mentioned just now, for a lot of times that you have to be at least one of the GDG on campus Malaysia chapter, and at least one of your member need to be part of it. And at the same time, I had saw some of the questions just now, and Selwyn also mentioned that he will pass it to me. And yes, this is the second rules and regulation, that is your team can consist of 1 to 4 members. Next, if you have any attempt to tamper with the competition registration or any of the submission flow, you will be disqualified. Nextly, you have to register and submit your project within the time frame given. So as what Selwyn mentioned just now, your registration and as well as your submission. So please remember to mark it on your calendar so that you do not miss any of the forms. Next, judges, mentors are ineligible to take part in this KitaHack. And also, if you want to join this KitaHack, your project must implement at least one of the Google AI technology. At the same time, please be polite to all the mentors, judges, participants, and also organizers. And the second criteria for your prototype is use at least one of the Google developer tools. All right, there is a question from Harry. Is using Flutter, Gemini, Angular count as a Google developer tools? Yes, for Flutter and Angular, it is part of the Google developer tools. However, for Gemini, it is counted as Google AI technology. So as long as you use either both of Flutter and Gemini, then you fulfill the criteria. Does one Google AI tag equal to one Google developer tool? See, I think I would love to say sorry, no, it is not. So you have to use at least one Google AI technology and also one Google developer tools. So maybe this one I'll explain more details later on, and because there's some slides at the back, might be helpful to all of you. So next, we'll move into submission guidelines. All submissions must incorporate AI to address all the SDGs problem statement that you had stated, and all the work must be completed during the official duration of the KitaHack. Submission must be original. Plagiarism are strictly prohibited. Submission need to be submitted during the timeline given, and all the submissions or project or any contains dangerous sensitive content will result immediate disqualification. So I hope all of this can give you a very clear guideline that what can be done and what cannot be done during the submission. And next will be team formation. And I have seen quite a number of questions just now talking about how many members that can I have in a group and etc. So here you are. As the first one, at least one of your members need to be part of the GDG on Campus Malaysia program. Yes, as what I mentioned just now. So for this year, it is actually kind of special that you can be in a solo team, or you can have team members up to 4 members. So if you are in a solo team, then you must be part of the GDG on Campus Malaysia chapter. If you are not, which means that if you have teammates, then at least one of your teammates is part of the GDG on Campus Malaysia chapter will do. So I hope this make it clear for everyone. So here are the no's that you shouldn't do, which is none of the members are actually part of the existing GDG on Campus Malaysia chapter, and participants are not studying in any of the Malaysia university, and also modifying the team details without notifying the organizers are also prohibited. If you get caught to modify your team details, to change your members without notifying us, then you are automatically get disqualified. As stated over here, teams which fail to fulfill these requirements will be automatically disqualified. So I hope this makes everyone clear on how can you form the team to join the KitaHack. So without wasting any time, let's move forward to the next one. If you do not have any team members, what do? Join our Discord channel. So you will see there is a channel over there stated that looking for teammates. So feel free to introduce yourself over there. Like for example, hi, I'm Laini Han. I'm from University Malaya, and I have expertise in this. I'm good in front end. So anyone wanted to join me? Yes, you can do this. Feel free to chat along. It's a very chill server, so you can chat anything you want as long as you follow the rules and regulation that is stated in the Discord server. So maybe I give you half a minute for maybe taking this a screenshot and join our Discord server. So for the committee members of KitaHack, all of us will post all the important information in the Discord server. So as long as you join it, you will not miss any of the informations. Yep, I think maybe it's enough for all of you to take a screenshot or maybe join the Discord channel. So without wasting any time, let's move forward to the next slide. Yes. So these are some of the Google AI technologies that I think just now Sri also asked, is Google AI technology equal to Google developer technology? So for us, it is a no. So Google AI technologies, these are the three highlights of what Google have, which is GCP, Vertex AI platform, Gemini, and Google AI Studio. So as our community manager suggests all of you to make use of Google AI Studio as it is cheap and you might not have to use any of your money as there is free token. So feel free to explore any of the GCP Vertex AI platform, Gemini, as well as Google AI Studio. All right, there is a question from Hong Bin Sim. So at least one GDG on campus Malaysia chapter member. My uni Taylor's no longer has GDG on campus chapter. I have 3 teammates from Taylor's. Do I have to find one teammate from university like Monash or APU? Well, for this question, actually, in my point of view, you do not have to, but maybe one of your members can join any of the existing GDG on campus chapter, then you do. Like for example, you can join chapter. As long as you are part of it, then you can feel free to join KitaHack. So maybe there is a list of GDG on campus chapter list. I think maybe Savi will share to all of you in a short while. So maybe we can move to the next slide, which I'm going to talk about Google developer tools. So these are just some of the example. I repeat, these are just some of the example. There is still a lot of Google developer tools behind it. So like Flutter, Firebase, Android Studio, or even TensorFlow. These are just some of the things where you can learn or maybe you can use throughout the whole prototype making process. And feel free to always have a look on our Instagram to see when is our workshop. As at the moment, what we have Flutter workshop and we have TensorFlow workshop. We have also GCP workshop. So feel free to always look at our Instagram and also join our Discord channel, and we will post everything over there and we'll give reminder about our workshop to all of you. And next is the most important thing that I think all of you are looking forward to, which is the judging criteria. So there is prelim round and there is final round. So I had received a couple of questions regarding is all rounds are going to be online. So maybe my answer will be no. For preliminary round, you will have about 1 month, as what Sally mentioned just now, like about 1 month for you to prepare the prototype, and you will submit to us in a form. So maybe just a bit of information about it is you will have to submit like a certain of things where I'm going to mention just now, and also answer a couple of questions about your prototype, and then you are feel free to go for the preliminary round. And then after that, we'll select a couple like the top 10 of from the preliminary round to join the final round. And these are the judging criteria, where the prelim round will stand at 75% of idea submission and 25% of technical, where we realize that the prelim round is more as an hackathon. We mainly focus on your idea. And for final round, will be focusing more into your prototype. It'll be more into the technical part, where 40% stands for presentation, 40% is technical, and the last 20% is the problem statement impact. So do we need an MVP ready for each round? Well, so for prelim round, basically, we do accept low-code platform, low-code prototype. Maybe I type in the chat, it's low-code prototype. It's not no-code prototype. Yeah, we accept low-code prototype, but for final round, you are compulsory to really code into it. Yeah, so I hope maybe this answers your question. Yes, no code prototype is strictly prohibited. Yes, you're right, Savin. So basically, this is just the judging criteria at a higher level. So now let's dive deep into prelim round of the judging criteria. So as mentioned just now, there's 75% more into the idea. And yes, it is. This is the 75% of the section A impact. So first and foremost, we are looking at your problem statement, which will be aligned with SDG. So there will be 15 points allocated. Nextly, will be technology innovation on how your product, how your technology really help to solve the problem statement, and it will be another 10 points. Nextly will be user feedback and iteration, will be another 15 points. AI integration, as we mentioned over here, we'll have Google AI Studio, Gemini, Vertex AI. You can use any one of it, and it will have another 10 points. And maybe just one thing over here to remind all of you, if possible, please make use of Google AI technology. If you use other AI technology, like for example, OpenAI, or maybe the newest AI, which is Grok, half of the marks for AI integration will be deducted. So I strongly recommend all of you to explore the Google AI technologies as a preparation for this KitaHack. And next, the last 10 points for this idea will be success metrics and scalability, where we see how you really determine how your success metrics for your project. So next will be another 25%, which will be mainly focused on technology. So there's a 5, and 10 points, where the 10 points, we look at your completeness and demonstration. So this will be mainly looking into your answer to all the questions, as well as how you demonstrate your prototype in your video. And one of the 5 points is technical implementation and challenge. And the last 5 points is technical architecture and Google technology. And we see how can you actually implement all the Google technologies into your prototype. All right, I see there is one question from YouTube. Is it compulsory to attend all the workshops? So for this, the answer for this question, no, it is not compulsory, but we recommend all of you to attend the workshops, as the workshops, the speakers for all the workshops are professionals, as we have GDEs, we have DevFest speaker, as well as we have professional experienced developer. So feel free to join our workshops, and definitely I bet you will learn something from there. If we use Firebase, is it possible to get free credits for the competition? So to answer this, I'm afraid that I'm going to say no. You are not going to get any credits for the competition. I hope I answered your question, Harry. Okay, so I think we're gonna move forward into the next one. So what do we need for prelim round? All right, so the first one, as mentioned just now, that we're gonna assess your video presentation on how are you going to demonstrate your prototype. So here it is, that is a 5 minutes video presentation. And at the same time, it is optional for all of you to submit your project documentation. And last but not least, will be your GitHub link to your prototype, or maybe the link towards your low-code prototype. So these are the things that you can prepare at the moment after you form your team. So there is a few questions in the Slido. All right, so wow, there is a lot. I think maybe we'll answer all of it one by one during the Q&A session. There is actually a lot. Okay, so I think maybe let's move forward into our next one. What's next and what can you do next to prepare? So first and foremost, definitely forming a team. Forming a team, maybe you can be solo, or you can have a team up to 4 members. But as long as one of your members need to be part of GDG On Campus Malaysia chapter, then it should be all right. Next, register your team. As just now, we released the registration form. So please remember to register your team, as if you do not register it yourself and you submit your prototype will not be entertained. I repeat, if you do not register yourself, but you submit your prototype will not be entertained. So it is really important for all of you to register yourself. So next is brainstorming the SDG to create your own problem statement. So always remember to relate your problem statement to our team, which is SDG, and how can you use AI technologies to solve this problem. So next, when you were about to develop it, definitely please brainstorm on how are you going to use the Google technologies. How are you going to utilize the Google developer technologies as well as the Google AI technologies? And during the whole process, you can join our workshops. There is a total of 5 workshops, and a caption over here is there might be additional workshops by the GDG On Campus Malaysia. So next, you can create your prototype and make your documentations if required, and also record a 5 minutes video presentation. And last but not least, answer the question and submit your video. Then you are all good to go. And what you have to do next is just wait for the result from all of us and see, are you one of the top 10 finalists for KitaHack 2025? All right, there is a question from Adli Hadif. I'm sorry if I pronounce the name wrongly. Is there any example of how do we present our prototype? So basically, we do not want to give you example of problem statement or maybe video, because we're looking forward for more innovative, more creative, and also more innovative idea of how do you present, or more innovative ideas of your prototype. If I choose Flutter, but Android Studio need to be installed, can I consider myself to use Flutter and Android Studio? My answer is yes. As long as you use any of the Google developer technologies, then it is all good to go. So I repeat, one of the 2 criteria. Number 1 is use one of the Google developer technologies, and the second one is use one of the Google AI technologies. If you fulfill all of these requirements, then you are all good to go. So I think, yes, you can do so, Siri. Thank you for the question. So I think that's all from me. And can I see, is Debbie here? Yes. All right, cool. She's here now. All right. So next, I would like to invite our esteemed guests, who are Debbie Chong. She is our champion for KitaHack 2023. For your information, she is a final year AI student in University Malaya. She is the team leader of AI Mind Machine, which is the champion team for KitaHack 2023. At the moment, she's an AI engineer intern in YTL, and she won multiple national and international hackathons. There is one advice from her to all of you, which is crafting solutions that balance technical feasibility and real-world impact, ensuring ideas resonate with judges and stakeholders. So without wasting any time, I will pass the session to Debbie. The floor is yours, Debbie.
All right, thank you so much, Minhan. Thank you so much for inviting me back to share a little bit of my insights on my KitaHack journey. But I do need some access to share my slides, so can the admin give me access to share my screen? Okay. Okay, I believe everyone can see my right now. If you can see my screen, really give me like a thumbs up from the director, Savlin. Okay, great. Nice. Okay, so hi again, everyone. My name is Debbie, and I am of the past winner of KitaHack 2023. So today I'm back to talk a little bit about my journey and do a little bit of sharing on the tips and tricks that I have learned and picked up from throughout my hackathon journey. So my title for today's session will be pitching to win. How do you frame your solution for success? Okay, so just a little bit of intro about myself. My name is Debbie. I'm a final year student in UM. So this is actually my team. So yeah, we were the AI Mind Machines, and we not only won team champion, we also won the most inspiring award for that year. So it's been really a blessing to have such great teammates in my whole KitaHack journey. Yes, okay. So while I share a little bit on the whole entire journey and talking about, how could you master the art of pitching, how do you even pitch to win? There's actually a QR code at the bottom, and after every single section, I will pause for 1 minute for you to digest and reflect on whatever that I have mentioned. Okay, and if you have any questions, be sure to scan the QR code and input your questions into the Slido, and maybe I'll be able to answer some questions that you have after the whole entire sharing session. Okay, so my whole session will be divided into 4 sections, which is literally the whole thought process and the process of joining a hackathon. So it starts off from framing your problem statement to framing your solution to planning and coding your solution, and finally pitching or sending in your video script. Okay, yes, this is the QR code, so be sure to scan it so that you can upload your questions for me later. Okay, so as for framing your problem statement, I'm going to go through all these sections, which starts from leveraging SDG goals to defining problems, and then brainstorming on identified problems, crafting problem statements, and also revisiting SDG goals. I'm sure all of you guys know that you have to decide on an SDG goal problem that you want to solve. So yes, what is sustainable developmental goals? I believe you have a little bit of idea of what it is. So it's 70 integrated goals, recognizing that action in one area affects outcomes in others. So your job, you have to choose a SDG goal that you want to solve for your KitaHack hackathon. All right. Okay, so what you can do is not just only deciding on the SDG goal, use it as a framework to help you with your decision making, because leveraging SDG will then help you to have a comprehensive overview of the target industries. So instead of throwing out all the ideas, look at the 17 SDG goals and decide which one do you want to solve. So it helps to give you a framework and a direction to work with. So as for my team, 2 years ago, we decided to solve the problem on SDG 3, good health and well-being. So take some time to read through all the sub-points and to highlight, what is the problem that they face and what is it that you want to solve. So like you see in 3.1, 3.2, 3.4, and 3.7, these are 4 sub-points that we looked into, and we highlighted the main points and the main problem that we want to solve. One is reduce the global maternal mortality, or 3.4, reducing premature mortality from non-communicable diseases, and 3.7, ensuring universal access to sexual and reproductive healthcare services. So we plucked out whatever sub-points that we want to solve. All right? Okay. So then after that, articulate and define the problems that you want to address. So be sure to research and provide context and background information to enhance your clarity on it. So once you know that that is an issue, look up into it, do some research, to read up on the and be updated on the current problems of the specific industry. So as you look on my right, that slide, that is actually a reality check. And notice how even from a few seconds, you know that almost 800 women die every day. And within every 2 minutes, a woman dies from preventable causes related to pregnancy and childbirth. So this is how you articulate and define the problems that you want to address, instead of just putting in a very long elaboration. So that this will actually help your judges to also understand what current problems are you trying to solve. Okay, then you move on to brainstorming on identified issues before proposing solutions. So what you want to do is you want to start brainstorming on whatever solutions that you can think of on the problem that was addressed. So your solution should directly solve the problem that you have researched on the problem that you have noted on. Okay, so try to get different opinions and discover any hidden challenges. Talking to friends will be a great way to understand more of it, and also write down all the ideas that you have. And right after that, craft each problem statement in concise, direct, and comprehensible single sentence. This will help you to get straight to the point. All right, and this will also help the judges to understand what is the main issue that you're trying to solve on. So like on my right, okay, so the above is one of the examples, slide example from another hackathon. So from this slide, you can understand the problem statement. How then can digital technologies improve the quality of online learning and facilitate communications among parents, teachers, and students like Sam? Straight to the point. And even the second one, maternal mortality rates remains, highlight the main issue that you're trying to solve. So this will actually help the judges to understand the problem that you're trying to eradicate. And from here, what you can do is you can revisit the SDG goal to align your mission with specific goals for intended effect. So notice how I talk so much about the problem itself, because many of the times we get so occupied with coming up with solutions that we don't actually understand the problem that we're trying to solve. So what we want to do is we want to present to the judges for them to, so sorry for the background, noises. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to present the problem in a way that can help judges to understand it very quickly, especially in your video script, your video presentation. You only have that couple of minutes, and you always remember you also want to present your solution. So what you can do is try to maximize and also write it in a very clear and concise statement. Okay, so like what I've mentioned, these are the 5 things that you can take note whenever you frame your problem statement. Okay, so we'll have like a 1-minute break, maybe like a 30 seconds before we move on to the next part of my sharing session. Okay, so I think that's about a minute. So let's move on to the next part of my session, which is framing your solution. All right, okay. So these are the few sub points that I want to mention on in this whole entire section. Firstly, understanding your target audience. Secondly, thinking from a user perspective. Thirdly, work your solution from your problem statement. And fourthly, remember how feasible is your solution. Okay, so one, understand your target audience. Now that I know that I want to address the problems that is mentioned in SDG 3, good health and well-being, I have to now conduct an in-depth research, be it surveys, interviews, market analysis, and data collection for data analysis to help you to understand truly who are your target audience. So like in SDG 3, the very obvious target audience will be the parents, moms and even wives and husbands, because technically in a family, whenever the wife is pregnant, the husband still plays an important role in ensuring that the wife have a smooth pregnancy journey. Okay, then secondly, identifying key main points. So it's very important for you to recognize the specific challenges or problems that your audience faces, be it obstacles, frustrations, or unmet needs. So one of the examples from this would be, it's very hard for them to keep track for their pregnancy cycles or even appointments, in keeping track your appointments. So these are the key main points that you can come up with as you understand your target audience. And then thirdly, establishing a clear understanding. So what you can do as a developer or even as a participant, always remember to step into the shoes of your target audience and see the world from their perspective. Think of yourself as someone who is pregnant. You don't know how does it feel? Talk to someone who's pregnant. You need to understand their motivations, fears, and desires to ensure that whatever solution that you're coming out with is actually relevant to that problem. So one of the examples can be, application to keep track for their appointment and even a platform for knowledge sharing. So these are the ideas that we came up with during our hackathon journey.
Hi, Debbie. I'm sorry for interrupting. I think you accidentally stopped sharing your slides.
Oh, oops. I'm so sorry. I did not.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
okay.
okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks for letting me know. I'll just show you guys the previous slides. Sorry, give me a second. Is my slides visible now?
Yes, we can see it. Thank you.
Okay, great, nice. Okay, so like what I've mentioned, these are the 4 points that as you frame your solution. So firstly, understanding your target audience, conducting in-depth research, identifying key main pain points, and establishing a clear understanding. Yeah, so like what I've mentioned, think from a user perspective. So what you want to do is you want to adopt the end user's mindset by putting yourself in their position. What problems they face, can my solution really help them? So one of the examples and one of the problems that we found out is husbands find it very hard to keep track of their wife's pregnancy status. So maybe come up with a feature that can actually help them, or maybe an emergency call or activity records that can help husband to be more, I would say, to be part of the whole entire pregnancy journey. All right, so work your solution, align with identified problems. So you want to ensure your solution stays focused on addressing the specific issues that you have identified during the research. So every solution should directly contribute to the problem. It's not necessary for you to have a lot of solutions, but it has to be very clear that your solution actually helps to solve the problem that you have mentioned. So you want to establish a clear correlation between these two. Each feature, functionality, or component of your solution should have a direct connection to the problems you're trying to solve. Okay, so like one of the examples will be platform for buying baby healthcare products and sharing knowledge platform to help pregnant women to solve the problem that I've mentioned just now. So always refer back to the problem statement. So it's a back and forth thing. Okay, so to help you to maintain a sense of purpose and direction throughout the developmental process. So this helps you to avoid from straying from the core objectives, and it gives you a better direction in working through your problem statements and also your solutions. And yes, coming up with ideas is very good, but like what Minhan mentioned, the first part is sort of like an ideathon. The second part for the finals is when you have to code it out. Then now you have to evaluate technical feasibility. So, and make sure that you do all this even during your ideathon, so that you don't freak out and you don't panic when you find out that, oh, I made it to the final round. Okay, so make sure that you evaluate the technical feasibility part of it. So one of it can be assessing whether your proposed solution can be technically implemented. So one of the things that you can do is to decide what technology that you want to use and why you choose them. Okay, so for an example, if needed to implement chatbots, what AI or NLP tools that you can use, what application or web, so what frameworks to use for that, and is it maintainable? So how would you maintain the application? Because you have to come up with a business model for it. So you have to consider the cost and marketing plan. So there's no need to actually have an industry level of marketing plan, just sufficient enough for presentation. Yeah, and also consider how an app can solve the whole entire issue. All right. So considering how an app can solve the issue, and then how you would want to present your solution in the application layer. And then secondly, ensuring that it's easy to use. You want to develop a user-friendly UX and UI design, because this is also very crucial, and how it actually stands out from your other competitors. So this is actually one of the very common questions that judges ask. So how is it that your app stands out from the ones that are already available in the market? What makes it special? If not, I can just use the ones that are in the market. So these are things that you can consider as you frame your solution. So we're going to take like a 1 minute break, also 30 seconds to digest whatever I've mentioned before we move on to the next part of this session. Okay, so now let's move on to the next part of this whole entire session of planning and your solution. Okay, so I'm going to share some tips and tricks for turning your ideas into code fast. So it will be sectioned into 3 parts, which is before, during, and after. So this is actually applicable to most of the hackathons, not just KitaHack. And these are actually factual recommendation instead of personal opinion and personal bias. Okay, so before coding, now that you have framed your problem statement, you have done you have done framing your solution. So it's time to code your whole entire solution. So firstly, you have to ensure that your ideas are validated. So one thing is you want to spend more time on ideating, because it's very tedious to change whatever ideas that you have once you have started coding. And maybe you can talk to judges or mentors if they are available for this. Okay? And then after this, you want to list down important modules. In 15 minutes, you want to list them down by pages or routes with descriptions. Think of the wow factor features. What features is the main image of your whole entire solution? All right. And then after that, draw a system architectural diagram, which can be also included in slides. And then you also want to tag modules based on by its priority. Okay. So as you look at the right, those are like, that's how you want to tag modules by its priority. Right after that, you want to sketch the whole entire wireframe on paper, or you can also, find ideas from Dribble. So what you want to do is try to quickly sketch the whole entire wireframe, 5 minutes per module, so that this can make the whole entire module flow clearer. And then also find ideas from dribble.com. So you can either do it on paper or do it on Figma. It's really up to you. Choosing your language and framework, okay, whether would you want to do it in web or mobile or desktop. So this is all based on your own experience and capability, and also based on tech popularity and documentation. So you can also maybe consider no-code tools like Webful, but what I understand just now is you can only use low-code tools. So yeah, do your research on it, explore, see what can help you to achieve what can help you to speed up the whole entire coding process. Then after that, set up your repo, be it GitHub, GitLab, or Bitbucket. So this helps allow the devs to access to the main branch. Yeah. So make sure, especially when you push your code into GitHub, make sure you resolve conflict before pushing to main to avoid any mishaps that happen along the way. Okay, so now during one coding, I'm assuming most of you are coming together, participating as a team. So what you can do is try to delegate the tasks. One module can be handled by one developer. This will also reduce manpower dependencies and prevent code conflict. And you can help also to enhance, the responsibility of each developer. So it helps them to also take specific ownership of the module that is handled by them. Okay, so one of the tricks can also be to hard code features. So for an example, if you really need a button to help to start off the whole entire project, but you don't have time to code it well, so one of the tips can be to include an invisible button inside. Yeah, so this is one of the tricks for it. And yes, coding with UI library will actually help you to speed up the whole entire speed up the whole entire coding process. And yes, do not reinvent the wheel. So check if there's any existing starter template and install dependency and libraries that can help you to make things more efficient as you code along the way. And after coding, you might want to think about how you want to demo the whole entire application, because it's very important. The whole entire flow of it is something that many people don't think about, but actually flow is very important, especially when you pitch and you present your idea. And yes, put your system architecture or tech stack into the slides. So this is the examples of our slides. So that is our tech stack for KitaHack 2023. Yeah, these are also some of the sample system architecture slides. Okay, so we are going to take again a 1 minute break before we move on to the last part of my session, which is the most important part, pitching your ideas. Okay, I already see some questions that are coming in. Will the slides be shared? Yes, I'll be sharing the slides later for your reference. And then, how can we check if our idea isn't plagiarized? Can you probably, do you actually mean, how do you check whether it's your idea and existing idea? Is that what you meant? Or is it, how do you ensure that people don't copy your ideas? Okay, so now let's move on. Yeah, if you have any questions, keep it coming. Scan the QR code and submit your questions. Okay, pitching. So we have gone through framing a problem statement, coming up with a solution, and also coding your whole entire solution. Now it boils down to that 5 to 10 minutes pitch or that 5 to 10 minutes video, which determines whether will you make it to the final round or not. Okay. So in order to sell your awesome solution, you've got to pitch it like a champion. That's how you secure your win. Okay, so I want everyone to think of it as, going up on stage. When you're presenting your video, you've got to already have that confidence that you are going to go up there and prove, not really prove, but show that you're pitching this idea and this solution that you have come up with, and you are very, very confident about it. Okay, so these are a few things that I'll be talking about, which is very important, especially when you pitch your idea. Firstly, how you design your slides, how do you outline your script, and how do you create an outstanding pitch. As you design your slides, it's very important for you to use key points. So you want to keep text concise, use minimal text, like what I've showed just now, the slides that I've used, the examples that I've used. If you didn't notice, it has very, very minimal context, very minimal text. Why? Because if you think about the whole entire presentation, it's only a 5 to 10 minutes. And technically, you only spend seconds to minutes on a slide, the most 1 to 2 minutes. And then you got to move on to the another slide to talk about, you got a demo, you got to talk about a problem statement, and you've got to maybe also present a business model if it's needed. So what you want to do is you want to keep your text concise so that judges can have a rough idea of what you're talking as they read your slides. Okay, so one of the problems is pain points. It takes few seconds to know that I'm trying to solve unpredictable climate change, water scarcity, or threatening food security. Yeah, so very concise, very simple. We can glance it through and we know that this is the challenge statement. They're trying to solve energy, producing a self-sustaining farm that produces their own energy, food, water, and is resilient to climate change. So it helps guide your audience as you explain and as you present in your speech. And yes, this is also one of the examples that I pulled out and talked about just now. So secondly, avoid light colors. Try not to use yellow and white fonts. So those fonts are a very big no, because you never know how is the projector quality. Nowadays, the quality is good, but just to be sure, you want to avoid yellow and white fonts. Don't use them. There's many other designs that you can lean towards. So don't use white and yellow and white just to be safe. And yes, clean layouts. You want to maintain a polished and cohesive look. Attractive visuals, as we know that we human beings, we are very visual. We are visual people. We want to make it easy and it's clean. We want to make it clean and easy to read. Okay, like this example, this is actually the solution that we came up with, a chatbot, Stitchy and Stitches, that has all the features, location, information tracker, and the SOS button. Okay, and fifth, you want to record your demo. Usually, they won't require you to do a live demo because whenever you do a live demo, there might be a mishap that happened along the way. So what you can do is you can utilize recording your demo, but be sure to have your demo as a backup. If let's say your judges wants to just have a brief look at it during the Q&A session. Yeah. And when you record your demo and you put it on the slide, what you want to do is you want to state the brief function of each specific demo in the slide. So as you can see, over here, there's the tracker module. So yeah, this is actually the app that we came up with. So what you can do is you want to put the module on the left side to help guide your audience as you present. Okay, now outlining your script. So what you better is firstly start with a good opening, or even create a whole entire storyline as you present your whole entire solution and your page. Because imagine there's so many participants, so many teams that are presenting. You want to leave a good impression. You want to make a statement as you stand up on stage. So you want to start well and end well. You don't want to not start well and then end super well. All right. So you want to start a good opening to captivate your audience. So use a captivating hook. One of the examples would be a fact-based hook. Start off by saying, did you know that stress levels experienced by pregnant women today often rival those seen in high-pressure corporate environments? This helps make your audience, step them into, thinking whether do they actually really know? Is it something that is interesting? So is it, agree to your statement? Or secondly, making a bold statement hook, which encourages urgency. In the rush to monitor every aspect of pregnancy, we may be overlooking the profound impact of emotional well-being on both the mother and child. So from here, you will sense the urgency to actually solve this problem. Or maybe rhetorical question hook. So it might be, what if the weight of a mother's emotional health during pregnancy is as crucial as prenatal vitamins? Or fourthly, a contrarian hook. It can be, in the focus on the physical aspects of pregnancy, have we overlooked the importance of preparing mothers emotionally? So these are one of the few examples that you can use to make a good opening, to start with a good question or maybe a statement to help to captivate your audience. Okay, second part, what you can do is create a whole entire storyline. Maybe you can start by introducing your character. Meet Jack and Jill, soon to be parents on the exhilarating journey to parenthood. So this is how, or thirdly, what you can do is you can relate to the audience. So for an example, as I'm interacting with you guys, maybe I can ask, show me your hands if you have ever felt nervous, standing on stage. All right. So in this case, it was about online learning. So I can ask, show me, your hands if you've ever felt sleepy attending an online talk. Then you can, one of the other ways would be problem. In a rapidly evolving digital landscape, accessing to quality education remains a glaring inequality. So as we speak, so you have to talk with also a good intonation. As we speak, millions of students lack the basic digital resources crucial for learning in the 21st century. Okay, so these are one of the examples. All right, from here you can see that UNESCO 2021 reports that 140 million students' education in Southeast Asia were disrupted due to lockdown. So as I speak, you can sort of sense that urgency. Oh no, I did not know this problem exists. I didn't know it was this drastic. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about outlining your script. I mentioned about creating a whole entire storyline of flow. How is it? You might question, Debbie, how can I actually create a storyline out of the solution that I've come up with? So what you can do is firstly, do a character introduction. That's an opening. Then you moved on to talk about the challenge faced by your character, which is the problem statement. And then after that, during your demo, you want to include the character as you present your demo, saying, with this app, we'll be able to help Jack and Jill with so on and so forth. So that's how you make the solution relevant to the character who's facing the problem that you mentioned previously. And then other info will be market size, target audience or future plans. And then if you want to talk about impact, then it's what are the positive outcomes has the solution brought to the character. So that shows that your impact is actually relevant. It's not unrealistic. It can realistically impact and help people, your target audience, which is your character. Okay, so I can give you a sort of like an example. So for an example, I'll say, good morning, judges. My name is Debbie, and today I'm representing my group in pitching and presenting our solution regarding QC and QP. Before I start my presentation, allow me to introduce to you Sam. He's a year 3 student who struggles a lot with online learning. Then you talked about the challenge phase. And did you even know that there's actually 140 million students like Sam whose education has been disrupted due to the lockdown? So there you see, that's the flow. So what we understand is Sam faces problems like he mentioned about the problems of having a decentralized platform that has confused him and his parents, and that his parents also neglected his learning activities due to its busy schedule. And this might be also one of the cause of a lack of guidance and peer-to-peer communication among Sam's teachers. So how then can we improve how then can we use digital technologies to improve the quality of online learning and facilitate communications among parents, teachers, and students like Sam? Well, don't worry, as we introduce to you QT in QT, online learning platform that is interactive and attractive, and it's powered by artificial intelligence. So then, you can talk about how your features help students like Sam and demo your whole entire solution. Then you move on to real life impact. With that, Sam's will be able to have quality education, and that we also be able to achieve equality in terms of gender equality, and also reduce the inequalities among students. So this will be able to provide equal education opportunities to everyone, and no students will be neglected like Sam. So yeah, this actually help judges to have a good flow of your whole entire presentation. So what you want to do is you want to tell a compelling story and solution. Okay, so how then, with all this that is prepared beforehand, create an outstanding speech on stage? So firstly, first impression, you want to set the stage. Secondly, body language. Thirdly, memorizing your script. And fourthly, practicing makes progress. Okay, first impression. As you step out on stage, you can actually tell whether a participant is intimidated or confident. So what you want to do is you want to enter with impact, even the way you present yourself, even as you walk. So let your entrance itself be a performance that is confident, commanding, and captivating. You want to harness excitement. Imagine you have spent 1 month coming up with this, trying to solve this problem and then brainstorming all this solution. You want to let that enthusiasm overshadow your anxiousness, because your mind can't do both. It can't be excited and nervous. So what you want to do is you want to trick your mind by being excited. That's how I actually overcome, nervousness whenever I go up on stage. Body language, okay? Confidence projection. Embrace the art of faking it until you make it. All right, if you don't have confidence, it's fine. Confidence can be faked. You can fake it. Nobody's gonna tell whether are you confident or not. Even by the way, you never know whether am I actually really confident or am I faking this whole confidence. So what you want to do is you want to embrace it. And then express with your hands to add dynamism, which is something that I've been doing for the whole entire session. This will also help you to articulate your thoughts. Yeah, I noticed that I actually am able to talk better with my hands. Yeah, so maybe expressing with your hands can help to create and help you to give an outstanding pitch. And also try to minimize script dependency. You know, try to omit holding your phone, because it seems like holding your phone might be a barrier between you and the judges, because you want to interact with the judges, you want to present it to them. All right, so if you really need your phone, it's fine, okay, but don't fully depend on it. Yeah. And then the art of slowness, learn how to slow down your pace, which exudes posture. Okay, slowing down your speech will help people to listen carefully on whatever that you are talking about. Memorizing your script can be one of them. So this, or even memorizing your key points. Understanding your whole entire project in and out will help you to guard against forgetfulness. So this will also reduces dependence on written cue, and also helps to deepen your grasp on the content itself. And this will also help to empower impromptu speaking, because you already know and understand in and out of whatever that you're talking about. So this helps you to navigate impromptu questions or discussions with ease. And yes, practice does not make, you don't want to practice to be perfect. You want to practice so that you constantly have progress each and every single time you go up on stage to teach. So what you can do is by, practicing in front of a stimulated audience to confront stage fright. So what I did for my team was, few of them were actually afraid of talking in front of an audience. We actually scheduled a few impromptu sessions with our friends, pitching this whole entire solution to our friends who don't understand it, and ask them for feedbacks. So this can be one of the practice you can do to prepare for your pitching during the final round. Mirror rehearsals, if you don't have someone to talk to present to, stand before the mirror and practice speaking. So because you are your most honest critic, you can tell whether are you speaking well or not. Repeat, repeat, and repeat. Yes, that's what you need to do in order to get better at speaking. So you want to repeat, refine, and repeat again. So the more you rehearse, the more polished and natural your whole entire speech becomes. Yeah, so that is all that I can share about my whole entire hackathon journey. But I also think that this is something that is also very important. Getting a mentor. This will help you to learn from experience, because be it seniors or professors, all these people are experienced in hackathons. They'll be able to give you a brief understanding of what are the things that you want to take note of. And even you guys listening to this whole sharing session, what you can do, shorten the whole entire process, get a mentor, get a senior, ask them. This will also help you to get constructive feedbacks on projects, ideas, and overall performance, and it will help you to develop your overall skills. Yeah, a lot of I would say I have a mentor. I've been very blessed to have a mentor during most of my hackathons, and I've got to credit my mentor because he helped to go through all the ideas that my team has come up with. So it's more of like a cross-checking, and then from there it helps us to have a better understanding and a better direction in ideating our whole entire problem. And yeah, work together as a team. Communication is very important to communicate well with your team. Learn how to complement each other's skills. Everyone have their own strengths. If you want to go solo, I will highly encourage that also. But if you're working together as a team, you have to learn how to identify what are each other's skills. I know everyone's a coder, but maybe some people are better at designing, some people are better at pitching. So learn how to complement that and also to identify. Plus, delegation is very important. Clearly state everyone's role. Which module are you handling? Who is coming up with the whole entire script? Who's doing the slides and all these things? So it's very important. Chemistry is very important because, after all, my best memory out of hackathons will be the time spent together as a team. Whether you win or you lose, yes, the prize money is something that you definitely want to go for, but it will be, an even better experience to have a team that you enjoy working together with. Okay, so remember to enjoy the whole process. Yes, it can be nerve-wracking. It can be very, it can be highly stressful as well. But don't let that limit your potential, because your greatest potential remains a mystery until you put yourself out there. If I would have considered all these factors, I wouldn't be where I am today. So don't let fear limit your potential. You never know. That one hackathon that you participated might be your greatest win. So whenever the opportunity comes, grab hold of that opportunity and explore and venture out. Okay, so yes, any questions from? Okay, so if you have any questions, can scan the QR code, submit your questions. But I see there's only a few. So yeah. So if your idea, okay, so there's one question that came out. If your idea isn't the same with existing ideas, then go ahead. Go ahead and ideate your whole entire problem and solution. Yes. Okay, I think if there's no questions, then I would pass the time back to Minhan. Yeah, thank you so much for having me. It's been a great honor to share a little bit on whatever I've been through in my hackathon journey.
Thanks a lot, Debbie. And I really appreciate your time and your effort. I think I believe not only the participants learn a lot from you, even me myself listening from you, I learned a lot. So I really appreciate your time so much, Debbie. So I think maybe Savin can share back the screen. Yes. So once again, thank you so much, Debbie. And I think we'll move forward into our next one. So every one of you, feel free to scan our social media, which is our Instagram as well as our Discord channel, as we'll post all our infos over here. I think I've repeated this a lot of times already. So yep, maybe I'm gonna stay here for like about 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's move to the next one. So participant info pack. So feel free to scan the QR code to get our info pack for the KitaHack 2025. And this is the link as well. You can go to search for tinyurl.com/KitaHack25-info pack. So for your information, it might be empty at the moment, but feel free to join our Discord channel and we will inform you when we upload all the files and information. So for your information, maybe by tonight or tomorrow, we are going to insert our FAQ document, our info pack, which consists of handbook, as well as these slides. So there'll be a total of 3 documents by tomorrow. So feel free to scan the QR code and save it and get access to it later on. So maybe I'm going to stay here for about 10 seconds for all of you to have a screenshot. Oh, I just received notice that we already uploaded these slides in the info pack. So feel free to get access to the info pack and look at the slides if necessary. Okay, we move forward to the last agenda, which is the Q&A session. So maybe we're gonna stop here a while for every one of you to type in our Slido code to ask the questions you want. So we'll stop for 1 minute and then we'll get into our Slido website to answer all of your concerns. All right, so now we're gonna answer all of our questions one by one. Question number one, when is the registration deadline? So for the registration, for team registration period, it's gonna be happening now at this moment until the 16th of March. So feel free to click into our registration form and then fill in all your information, whether you're going to fill in as a solo team or you're gonna be in a team of 4, 3, or even 2. Remember to fill in the registration form as our team registration period is gonna be 22nd of February until the 16th of March. If you fail to register yourself in this KitaHack, any submission of your project will be rejected. I hope I answer your question for this one. Those are really detailed tactical tips for a hackathon. Thanks, Debbie. Yes, it is true indeed. What Debbie has shared just now is really useful. And I believe it's not only useful for hackathons, I believe all of these soft skills can be applied when we go into our workplace. So once again, really thanks so much for Debbie for all of your knowledge and also your experience. Our next question, can we join as 2 members in a team for the preliminary round? And if we add once, can we add 2 more members? Well, I would say sorry for this. You are not allowed to add any extra members after you had registered. So please make sure that when you register yourself in the registration form, make sure that it is final. It is already final. So if there is any modification of your team details, please make sure you notify the organizers, which you will find Savin's contact as well as my contact, or maybe you can also DM all of us in the Discord channel, and then we will let you know that whether you can make modifications into your team. As I repeat, any modification of your team details without notifying the organizer will result of a disqualification. So the solution is very open, right? As long as follow the rules and team. Yes, you are correct. As long as you implement AI solutions into your SDG problem statement, then it is all good to go. How many members in a team? Yes, you can have you solo as yourself as 1 or up to 4 members. But there is one criteria to follow, which is you need to have at least one of the GDG On Campus Malaysia chapter member. So make sure that you yourself is one of the chapter member, or maybe you have at least one of your teammates is part of the GDG On Campus Malaysia program. Yep. So for the next one, can different university students collab as a team? Yes, my answer is correct. Maybe let me give you a scenario. Like me, myself, I'm from University Malaya and Sari is from Monash. And maybe we got student C is from Utah and student D is from Taylor. So as you see over here, Taylor and also Utah, they are not part of GDG on Campus program, but Monash and UM, both of these universities are part of GDG on Campus program. So as long there is at least one member which is part of is a member of GDG on Campus Malaysia chapter, then it should be fine. How do we join GDG OC GDG on Campus? Okay, so hold on a minute. Let me drop down a link to you. Yep. I've sent it in the group as well as the YouTube channel. So feel free to get access to this document. And then there is a total of 10 GDG on Campus chapters. So feel free to click into any of them and then register yourself. Yeah, the most important, remember to click the Join Now button. I think maybe Sari maybe you can try to demonstrate how are they going to join as part of the chapter. All right, there is a question, Jaden. Does it have to be on campus like 4 Utah students can? Yes, you can, but the criteria is you have to join at least one of the GDG on Campus chapter, as I think now Sari is trying to demonstrate to you how are we going to get access to it.
Yep, thanks Minhan. So basically you can go to any of the GDG on Campus University Malaysia chapters. So this document that Minhan shared has all of the GDG on Campus for this year. So you can just go to any of the links or you can just search in Google and this will redirect you to one of the Baby page and just click the button Join Us. It's as easy as that. You just need to make sure you're signed into your account. So yeah, when you click the join button, you'll automatically join. So maybe as a demonstration, I can show you here. So GDG. So you can just go here, just click join us. Yep, now you are joined as a member of GDG on Campus Tunggal Rahmat and you will receive an email notification. Back to you, man.
Thank you, Sari. Thank you for the demonstration. I hope this demonstration makes everyone clear on how to join as part of the GDG on Campus chapter. So it is not necessary for you to be the student of that university to join the chapter. So I hope it clarifies to everyone. Next question. If I am from Monash University, Malaysia, would I be automatically considered as GDG OC Malaysia chapter member? Okay, so for this question, no. So you have to still subscribe into our page as how Savin demonstrated just now. Remember to go to GDG OC chapter page specifically for Monash, and then click the Join Now button to be part of the chapter members, and then you are eligible to join the KitaHack. Next question. So for the prelim round, are we required to make an application or just present our ideas? For this question, do you mean by are you required to create an app? So this is what I understand. So yes, as we mentioned, there is a total of 10 marks for your completeness. So you are required to create a low-code platform, at least a low-code platform, a low-code prototype. I'm sorry. So yes, you are required to create an application, and you have to pitch your idea by creating a video. Hope I answers your question. As long as we implement one of the Google developer and one of the Google AI technologies, can we use other tools play a massive part in our presentation? Yes. as long as you use one of the Google developer technology and also one of the Google AI technology, you already fulfill the criteria to join KitaHack. So you may use other tools to enhance your presentation or even enhance your prototype. Can different uni students collab as a team? The answer is yes, as we mentioned just now. Registration form has a fill in for resume. Is it optional or do I have to submit a resume? Well, before you submit your resume, there is a part which is the KitaHack 2025 data privacy policy. So please go through it. And if you agree to submit your resume, please remember to take the checkbox so to let us know that you agree to our terms and conditions and also you agree to our data privacy policy. So the purpose of having it and also where your resume, where is the usage of your resume is only to the sponsors for talent scouting. I repeat, it is only for KitaHack 2025 talent scouting. So by submitting your resume, you will have more opportunities for internship and etc. Hi there. If my uni doesn't have a GDG on campus, can I still join KitaHack? Yes, you can. As long as you join one of the chapter, then feel free to go. Okay, so next one. So how long is the pitching session for the demo day? All right, so as you know that our demo day is gonna be the 3rd of May, so it's a long way to go, and to announce the finalists is still a long way to go. So now what is our objective is to focus on your preliminary round. So any additional information about final, regardless of rules and regulations, regardless of any reimbursement or etc., we will announce it after we announce the finalists. I repeat, we will announce all the rules and regulations for the final after we announce the finalists, as the judging criteria and what we are focusing are different at both levels. Yep. So the speaker mentions talking to mentors. Are we provided with any? Well, at the moment for prelim round, I don't think you will have any mentors. But if you get selected to be one of the top 10 finalists, then definitely you will have access to mentors like such as GDEs or even DevFest speakers or even with GDG or even with companies. So at the moment, what you can do is join all of our workshops to get more knowledge and to assist you in your prototype. All right, next question. Must the solution involve a marketing strategy or must it be able to make money? Well, basically, it's actually quite subjective. The most important point is the market feasibility, yes, definitely, and also the impact of your solution towards your problem statement, which are related to SDG. As long as you are able to show that, then I think should be all right. I joined the GDG through the link. Is it mean that I'm a GDG member already? Yep. So you see there is a join us. If you see it is a join us button, it means that you are not part of the member yet. But after you click it, then it will show as join, JOINED. Then it means you are already part of the GDG on campus TAR UMT chapter. Hope it clarifies. Does the prelim video require every member to be part of it? Well, in my point of view, it is subjective. It depends on your creativity. As long as you fulfill the requirement, it does not exceed the time limit, and you presented everything you want, then it should be fine. Sorry, miss it. How long is the pitching session per group? So for prelim round, the pitching session, which as known as your video submission, is gonna be maximum 5 minutes. Yes, I repeat, the maximum 5 minutes. Every extra 30 seconds will result a 1 point reduction. So your maximum cap will be only 5 minutes. Yeah. Does more SDG solved means more marks? Well, I don't think so. Maybe not. Let's not talk in this way. Like, if you let's be more focused into your problem statement, which are related to SDG. It can be only one, as what Debbie mentioned. She has one SDG and she focused into many scope. It can be part of it, or it can be you involve a lot of SDG. It can be part of your solution as well. The most important is how do you define your problem statement and how do you use AI to address your SDG related problems. So this is the most important. I think I have to re-clarify. The more SDG you have doesn't mean that the more marks you have. It totally depends on your problem statement and your solutions. Yeah, I think I also answered that question as well. Time limit for the whole prelim round session. I think I answered this question just now. This will be the video submission, and video submission is the time limit for that is 5 minutes, the maximum 5 minutes. Every 30 seconds exceeded, you have a 1 point reduction. Yeah. For the prelim submission, let's say an MVP app, should we just submit it as an APK? So maybe Sarin, do you want to answer this?
Yep. Okay. So the submission that we require from you is mostly is a GitHub link as presented in the slide. So you can just put your project in GitHub and also submit the link to us. And then in your video presentation, you can show how to navigate through the app and or the MVP app that we have done. So I think that answers your question. So I think I will just move on with the few more questions lah, Minhan. Okay. So is there any registration fee for KitaHack? No, there is no registration fee. It is free of charge. It is in the handbook. We will share it later, and you can have a look at it as well. No worries. So which round must we show up physically? So physical session is only for the demo day for the top 10 finalists. So once the top 10 finalists have been announced, they will go through the demo day, which is going to be the decision day where they will present their refined project. So only that session will be held physically. The first preliminary round entirely is online, where you will have hybrid workshops and virtual workshops, which you may or may not want to attend. So, but then we are encouraging you to attend. I have answered this question. Does the registration pool have a limit on the number of teams? Nope, there is no limit for the registration pool submission. So as many people can register up until the deadline. Where is the location for final? Okay, as mentioned previously by Minhan as well, for now the focus is mainly on preliminary round. Once the preliminary round is done, we would have another info session with the finalists to discuss about the locations, the finances, and the details and stuff and expenses and all of those stuff. So for now, I would say just focus more on submitting your preliminary round submission. So yeah, the solution can't be an existing one, right? So this is quite subjective or something, but what I would say is similar to what I said in my answer. So we are looking for an innovation. So we don't really want a solution that is already existing because it is almost considered as plagiarism. So we are looking at either you are improving a solution where you deem that it does not have any sufficient tools or sufficient components to make it a complete solution, or you can come up with an entirely new solution. So yeah, we would having an existing one is almost like plagiarism, so we won't be entertaining that. So I maybe go through 2 or 3 more questions, and then we will end the session as it's already 10 p.m. So double confirming documentation is compulsory for the preliminary round. No, documentation is not compulsory. It is optional if you want to give more information to the judges. Does the video presentation need to be a slide deck or it can be a nicer video? So this depends on your choice. But what we are mainly looking for in your presentation is your problem statement, your SDG problem, how you present your prototype if you have done it, or your low code prototype, and uh, how you convey your ideas. So that is more important than how niche or how nice the video is. Okay. Is Figma considered as low code prototype? Yes, but remember, you also have to include one Google developer technology and one Google AI technology. So that is more important in this project. So maybe one last question. Does this hackathon have a prize pool? Again, for the prize pool, you might wonder whether it's a monetary benefit or Google Tech credits or Google Merge or all of the above. But we will reveal this more as soon as possible. We don't want to reveal everything in one kickoff session because it's a bombarding of information. So you just have to stay tuned for announcement in Instagram and Discord to get to know about the prize pool and stuff. Okay. So I think that would be the last question. The remaining questions, don't feel like I have not answered it. I have put in the replies, but not to worry. We will be adding almost all the questions in. We will answer the questions in the FAQ and send you the FAQ document as mentioned in the by Minhan just now. So we will be uploading the information. Um, yeah, can we get a list of tools that qualify? Um, okay, the simple thing that I can say is there is some examples in our handbook on what tools there are, but more or less as simple as I can say is any Google developer tool. So basically, if the tools are part of Google, like Flutter is created by Google, TensorFlow is part of Google. So it's as simple as that. But if you have any questions, not to worry, just come and reach out to us. We can try to get the list of tools that qualify, but the problem is there is a lot of tools, so we don't want to limit you guys to okay, you can only use this many tools, as there's a lot of Google tools there that you can explore. So yeah, we will not be limiting you, but we will giving some examples that you can use. So not to worry about that. Okay. So right now, I will be going back to the. So just give me a second. Just also back to Minhan.
Samir, I think you're on the wrong slide. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So I think that's all for all the Q&A session. So do not worry about it, as we answering all of your questions in our FAQ document. So we're going to upload it in the nearest time. So do not worry about it. We'll take note of all your questions and answer all of it in either Discord or maybe in the FAQ document. So stay tuned in our announcement in Discord. So at the same time, I would love to have help from all of you to fill in the feedback from maybe help from our audience in YouTube as well as Barry to kindly fill in the feedback form so that we know where is the areas of improvement for all of us, as well as maybe we can know what is the expectation of KitaHack 2025 from all of you. So maybe I'm gonna give about of 1 minute for all of you to scan the QR code or maybe screenshot it to fill in the feedback form. Your help is really appreciated. All right. I think that's all for the feedback form. Do not worry if you didn't make it to fill in, because we'll send this in the Discord channel as well. So let's move forward into our next one. Will be our photography session. So I maybe can all of you turn on your camera. I'll give access to all of you to turn on your camera. So feel free to turn on your camera to show us your handsome face, your pretty face, so that this can be part of our sweet memory together with KitaHack 2025. So for everyone, feel free to turn on your camera. Yep, all of you should have access to it already. So feel free to turn on your camera and let's have a picture together. I think Sally, maybe you can stop sharing so that we can fit everyone. And I would like to apologize to those in YouTube. Maybe we couldn't fit you inside our photo. But if you are interested to be in the photo, maybe feel free to join our Barry. So, all right. So maybe we give half a minute more for the rest to turn on your camera. All right, cool. So I think maybe on my count of 3, then let's have a formal one. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. All right, a freestyle. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And last one, which is our GDG logo. Yeah, so it's something like a diamond shape. Yeah, so let's do our GDG logo together. 3, 2, 1, and one more. 3, 2, 1. Cool. Thanks everyone for your help, and thanks for all the sweet photos, and later we'll send it in the group. So I think once again, I think that's the end of the session. Once again, I would like to appreciate to all of you. Thanks all of you for your time to present in our KitaHack 2025 kickoff session. And once again, before you leave the meeting room, feel free to fill in our feedback form in the YouTube channel. We already insert the feedback form as well as Barry. So feel free to fill in. And lastly, thank you so much, and we really appreciate your time. We look forward to see all of you in KitaHack preliminary round and also the demo day. So bye and good night.